And it's the dumbest bill in America, and it is requiring bicyclists in electric bicycles to register their car and pay an annual registration fee. Yes, you heard that correctly, podcast listeners. The dumbest bill in America, forcing you into a bicycle because you can't afford your car, and now let's charge you for the electric bicycle. We have with us the incredible Ryan Naraki from Baltimore County. Welcome, Ryan.
Thanks for having us, Mark. Hey, Mark, on my way over, I heard some hipsters were really mad about this, going to get their soy lattes on their electric bikes. They are ticked off about this bill.
So this is Johnny Ray Sailing, by the way. And for anyone out there in podcast land, if you're wondering if we're just making fun of Democrats, which we do make fun of them a lot because they make it so easy, this is actually a Republican bill. It's a Republican dumb bill from the state of Maryland. Johnny Ray Sailing, he's a senator from the state of Maryland. He actually is the one that's responsible for trying to make you pay more money just because you can't afford a car anymore.
It's absolutely absurd. I can't believe, with all the problems that we have in Annapolis and in America right now, that this is what we're focused on. Taxing people. We've taxed them so much they can't drive a car. We force them to ride a bicycle, and now we're going to tax them on that bicycle that we force them to have to ride.
So how much is it?
It's $30 an initial fee, and then $20 there on out. So $50 in total that first year, and then it's a reoccurring fee.
But is it
every
$30 every year after that? I think it's $30 every year.
I'm sorry, you're right. I'm sorry, I have that reversed. It's $20 initially to register, and then $30, and then $30 there on out.
Podcast listeners, listen to this. The state of Maryland has accelerated the amount of money that you have to pay. So in other words, they've increased the amount of money that you have to pay for your car registration fee. So people are like, you know what? Enough. I can't do this anymore. So now they want $30 a year for your electric bicycle because you're like, you know what? I know it's 15 degrees outside. I'd rather have a car, but I can't afford it because of inflation. Thank you, Democrats. So I'm going to go ahead and actually get on my electric bicycle and pay $30 a year because it's not $191 a year for my vehicle.
Mark, we have roving dirt bike gangs. It looks like Mad Max in some neighborhoods rolling around, Baltimore County and Baltimore City. We can't solve that problem, but we're going to fix the electric bike problem that we have going on. The little old lady riding her electric bike. We gotta stamp that out. We can't solve, the Mad Max issues of dirt bikes riding around, but we've got to figure this one out.
Why is a Republican doing this? Why is it Johnny Ray Sailing, a Republican senator from the state of Maryland? Why does he want to do this? Is it a money thing? Is it a money grab?
Maybe it's a money grab. Maybe someone has.
It doesn't go to his county.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe someone's convinced it's safety. I have no idea.
He represents Dundalk, right?
That's right.
In Baltimore.
That's right.
Okay, so Dundalk is an urban area. Right. It's safe to say.
It's not the mecca, though, of electric bicycles. I'll put it that way.
No, I wouldn't think so. So why? What is he concerned? It just doesn't make any sense for anybody to do this, let alone a Republican. So do you have to get insurance too?
Yeah, the insurance, inside of this bill, it reads like you're getting car insurance, essentially. They've got it loaded up in such a way like you're going to do mega damage with this, tiny little bird scooter that you're riding around on. It's wild stuff.
So I'm wondering if there's going to be an HOV lane for electric bicycles, if you've got a family and they want to put like 3 people on it, it's Absolutely. Like, no, get in the HOV lane. There are too many of you.
I think it's great. Look, do you remember Back to the Future 2 where they had those hoverboards and they were all
yeah.
Hopefully we're going to have those soon too. We'll ride our electric bikes, our hoverboards. We'll have them all in the HOV lanes riding down the road.
But we're going to tax them, of course.
Well, of course.
There's going to be a registration
all those things have to be taxed.
We got to do that in Maryland.
Look, I think we ought to tax walking. Don't you think that's the next thing? We're taxing electric bikes. Walking should be next. There's a cost to society for that, Mark.
Well, remember when Martin O'Malley, he taxed the rain, of course, the rain tax?
Absolutely.
So now we have a governor, and his name is Wes Moore, and he wants to tax everything. So maybe Wes Moore will come up with that idea. I'm going to tax walking.
You know what?
I want to outdo Martin O'Malley.
Mark, what happens if someone, because we have the delivery tax,
yes.
if they're delivering your pizza on an electric bike, so their bike and the pizza's getting taxed all at the same time, right?
So there goes pizza. It's going to be pizza inflation and inflation for anything that they deliver.
Yeah, right? Absolutely.
So last words on this bike tax and what's happening with all these terrible bills and so forth in the state of Maryland.
Last word I would say is exactly how I ended last week. This is why we need a Freedom Caucus in Maryland, right? It's not just about looking at Democrat pieces of legislation. It's looking at all legislation and saying, this is good, this is not good. We need to stand up to bad legislation wherever it comes from, regardless of what party it comes from.
Exactly. That's really well said. And I would just finish with this also. There are too many bills regulating too many parts of your life, creating just too much havoc in our lives here. We are not free anymore because government wants us to ask permission for everything. That has got to stop. That's why we're doing the dumbest bill in America. And that is it for Senate Bill 14 from Senator Johnny Ray Sailing, taxing electric bikes. See you later.